Have you ever wondered what gives money its value? For centuries, the answer was simple. Gold. Imagine a world where every dollar, every pound, every franc in your pocket was a direct claim on a real piece of shiny, yellow metal. This was the reality for nearly 700 years. A system built on something tangible, something universally valued. From the bustling markets of medieval Florence to the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, gold was the bedrock of global finance. It promised stability and disciplined governments, preventing them from simply printing money out of thin air. This wasn't just a financial system. It was a global pact, a golden age of certainty. But like all empires, this golden one was destined to face its greatest challenge. Then, the 20th century roared in, bringing with it the thunder of cannons and the turmoil of World War I, the immense costs of the war forced nations to make a difficult choice: stick to the rigid discipline of gold or print money to fund their survival. They chose survival. Countries suspended the gold standard, firing up the printing presses. The golden chains that had bound the global economy for centuries suddenly snapped. After the war, there was a scramble to put the pieces back together, but the old trust was gone. The world had tasted the power of fiat currency. Money backed by nothing but government promise. It was a temporary fix, but it planted a seed of doubt. The golden system, once thought to be eternal, was showing its first major cracks. It had survived plagues and revolutions, but modern warfare was a different beast entirely. After the devastation of World War II, the world's leaders gathered at Bretton Woods, determined to build a new, more stable order. They created a clever hybrid system. The US dollar was crowned the king of currencies, and it was the only one still directly convertible to gold at a fixed rate of $35 per ounce. All other currencies were then pegged to the dollar. It was like a gold standard once removed. For a while, it worked beautifully. It fueled the post-war economic boom, a period of unprecedented prosperity. America, with its vast gold reserves, became the world's banker. But this new system had a fatal flaw. The US was funding both a massive expansion of domestic programs and the costly Vietnam War by printing more and more dollars. Soon, the number of dollars circulating in the world far exceeded the amount of gold sitting in Fort Knox. The promise was becoming a bluff. The bluff was finally called in the late 1960s and early 70s. Countries, led by France, began to get nervous. They started showing up at America's doorstep, trading their dollars for gold, just as the agreement allowed. The U.S. gold reserves began to drain at an alarming rate. President Nixon faced a stark choice: either impose severe austerity on the American people to defend the dollar as value, or break the link to gold entirely. On August 15, 1971, in what became known as the Nixon shock, he chose the latter. He announced to the world that the United States would no longer convert dollars to gold. In an instant, the 700-year era of gold-backed money was over. The world plunged into a new, uncertain age. The age of pure fiat currency. The dollar, and every other currency with it, was now floating, backed only by faith. The great collapse had happened, not with a bang, but with a presidential decree. So what happened next? Chaos. Collapse. Surprisingly, no. The US dollar performed a miracle. Freed from the golden fetters, it became more dominant than ever. Why? Because the world needed it. The petrodollar system was born, where oil, the lifeblood of the global economy, was priced exclusively in US dollars. If you wanted to buy oil, you needed dollars first. This created a massive, constant global demand for the greenback. The US could print money to pay for its imports, and the world would soak it up to buy oil and other goods. It was the ultimate financial privilege, allowing the US to run huge deficits without the immediate consequences other countries would face. But here's the hidden warning: the echo from gold's collapse. This system, like Bretton Woods, relies on faith in a specific geopolitical arrangement. A system built on a promise can be broken by a broken promise. The dollar's a tier reign, as the undisputed king, is a chapter in a much longer book. And the story of gold teaches us that no chapter lasts forever. So, if the age of gold is over, and the age of the petrodollar is showing signs of strain, what comes next? We're living through the transition right now. We see countries like China and Russia actively reducing their reliance on the dollar, building alternative payment systems, and hoarding gold. We see the rise of digital currencies, from cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin that offer a decentralized alternative, to central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, which could give governments even more control. The global financial system is in a state of flux, not seen since the 1970s. The lesson from gold's 700-year history is that all monetary systems are man-made constructs, and they all eventually change. The question isn't asterisk, if asterisk the current dollar-centric system will end, but asterisk what asterisk it will be replaced by, and asterisk when asterisk. Understanding this history isn't just an academic exercise. It's crucial for navigating the economic shifts that will define our future. Thank you so much for watching. The history of money is the history of power, and it's a story that's still being written. If you found this journey through time fascinating, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the forces that shape our world. See you in the next video.